Ellen DeGeneres exposed. Katt Williams speaks. Brad Garrett was right all along. The Ellen DeGeneres controversy. Behind the smile. For decades, Ellen DeGeneres was celebrated as the face of kindness on television. Her talk show built an empire around the mantra, "Be kind to one another." But behind the scenes, a very different story began to emerge, one filled with allegations of toxic workplace culture, misconduct, and unsettling personal controversies. Ellen DeGeneres is an American comedian, television host, and actress, most famous for her long-running daytime talk show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, 2003 to 2022. As of early 2026, she has largely retired from show business following the conclusion of her talk show and a final stand-up special. Recent developments: retirement and relocation. Following allegations of a toxic workplace at her show, DeGeneres retired from show business in 2024. She and her wife, Portia de Rossi, relocated to the Cotswolds in England in late 2024 to final stand-up special. Her last major project was the 2024 Netflix special, For Your Approval, where she addressed the controversies surrounding her public image. Entrepreneurship. She continues to promote Kind Science, her age-positive skincare brand. Industry insiders like Brad Garrett revealed that Ellen's treatment of staff was no secret. Former employees described a culture of fear, intimidation, and racism. Producers such as Kevin Lehman and Ed Glavin were accused of inappropriate behavior, while Warner Brothers admitted to deficiencies in day-to-day management. BuzzFeed News published accounts of staff being fired for taking medical leave or bereavement days, and others reported racially insensitive comments. Ellen responded with a letter to her team, admitting she should have done better. But many felt her apology rang hollow. The attack dog dynamic. Accounts from crew members painted Ellen as someone who delegated cruelty. Ed Glavin was described as her attack dog, taking on the role of yelling at staff, so Ellen wouldn't have to. This contradicted her public persona as a cheerful, compassionate host. The and Hetchy connection, love, backlash, and fallout. When Ellen DeGeneres and Hetchy began dating in the late 1990s, their relationship was groundbreaking. At a time when Hollywood was far less accepting of same-sex couples, their public appearances together drew enormous attention and backlash. And later revealed that simply walking into a film premiere with Ellen led to her being escorted out, blacklisted, and denied studio roles for nearly a decade. She described being fired from projects and told outright that her career would suffer because of her relationship. This wasn't just a romance. It became a cultural flashpoint. Ellen's fame skyrocketed, but Anne's career stalled. She later admitted that she felt punished for loving openly, saying she didn't work on a studio picture for 10 years after their relationship became public. That kind of exclusion left scars, both professionally and personally. Their breakup in 2000 marked a turning point. Soon after, Anne's behavior became erratic. She was famously found wandering into a stranger's home in Fresno, introducing herself as Celestia, claiming to be a divine being who could take people to heaven in a spaceship. This bizarre episode was widely reported and became a symbol of her struggles with mental health. And Hetchy's tragic death, a story that refuses to rest. In August 2022, and Hetchy's sudden and violent car crash shocked Hollywood and reignited speculation about her troubled past. Surveillance footage captured her blue Mini Cooper racing through Los Angeles neighborhoods at speeds estimated between 70 and 90 miles per hour, far too fast for residential streets. Moments later, she slammed into a home in Mar Vista, sparking a massive fire. What followed was even more unsettling. Helicopter footage showed Anne being wheeled into an ambulance, covered in what appeared to be a burn protection bag. Suddenly, she sat upright, struggling against paramedics before being pushed back down. For many, the mystery deepened when her past relationship with Ellen DeGeneres resurfaced in public discussion. Anne had spoken openly about feeling suffocated during their time together, describing Ellen as controlling and emotionally distant. After their breakup, Anne's mental health struggles became more visible, including her infamous wandering episode in Fresno where she introduced herself as Celestia, claiming to be a divine being. Conspiracies and Ellen's name in the shadows. As Ellen's public image began to unravel, her name started surfacing in some of the internet's most notorious conspiracy theories. Online forums and viral posts linked her to Pizzagate, a debunked theory that claimed powerful figures were involved in secret child trafficking rings, and to Jeffrey Epstein, whose real crimes and connections to elites fueled endless speculation. The problem was not necessarily evidence, but association. Once a celebrity's name appears in leaked files, rumors, or coded conversations, the internet often runs with it. Screenshots, emails, and even casual jokes were reinterpreted as proof. Commentators noted that when something is true, a bunch of stuff gets attached to it that's not true, allowing people to dismiss all of it together. In other words, legitimate scandals like Epstein's created fertile ground for attaching unrelated names, making it impossible to separate fact from fiction. Images and documents circulated online showing references to pizza or cheese in ways that some claimed were coded language. Whether those interpretations were accurate or not, Ellen's name being mentioned in the same breath as Epstein was enough to damage her reputation. Even if she had no direct involvement, the sheer volume of speculation blurred the line between reality and rumor. The fall of a brand. By the time Ellen's show ended, her once beloved image had collapsed under the weight of allegations, industry whispers, and conspiracy chatter. What began as a brand built on kindness became a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power in entertainment. Closing hook. Ellen's story is not just about one celebrity, it's about the gap between public image and private reality. It raises questions about accountability, the price of fame, and how long a carefully crafted persona can survive once the truth begins to surface. Truth deserves a voice. And in Ellen's case, the world finally heard it.